chair recognizes the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Poe, for 5 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, several years ago in Salt Lake City, Utah, there was a happy family, mom and dad, 6 kids, happy as they could be. On a typical summer day, June the 5th, 2002, the kids in the family had their prayers. 2 of the girls went up to their room. The older girl read to the younger girl. They went to sleep, and then the nightmare began. In the middle of the night, the older girl, who was 14-year-old child, was awakened. The man that woke her up had a knife to her throat. The younger girl woke up too, but was in fear and shock and terror and could not physically even move. So the kidnapper took the 14-year-old girl, climbed out the window with her, and at night point, he left in the middle of the night. Finally, the younger girl was able to get some type of composure and tell her parents what had happened. The police get involved and they start looking for Elizabeth Smart. But they didn't find her that night. And they didn't find her the next day. Because Elizabeth Smart had been kidnapped by an individual that took her to a secluded place. The first thing he did, of course, he wanted to abuse her. And he did. He sexually assaulted her. And he sexually assaulted her. And he sexually assaulted her. He tied her between 2 trees, Mr. Speaker, and sexually assaulted her. He did everything he wanted to do to her for 9 months. That 14-year-old girl was gone, kidnapped, parents scared to death and worried about one of their 6 children. The police were looking, but they never found her. Not for 9 months. This evil person that kidnapped Elizabeth arranged a fake marriage to try to marry her, even though he was married to another individual lawfully. And so the wife, the abuser, and Elizabeth Smart stayed sort of in hiding in the Salt Lake City area. But the abuser occasionally would leave and take Elizabeth Smart with him. But he would tell her, if you ever scream and tell anybody, I will kill your family. She believed that. A 14-year-old girl obviously would believe that. So she never cried out because she didn't want anything bad to happen to her wonderful family. Meanwhile, Mom and Dad and the brothers and the sisters, every day, hope, but no results in finding her. The evildoer would even make, when she would go out with him forcibly, he would put a wig over her head, put a veil, disguise her so that if people in the Salt Lake City area knew Elizabeth Smart, they wouldn't recognize her. Finally, after 9 months, Elizabeth Smart was with the evil sexual person that sexually assaulted her and his wife. And a police car stopped. The police car started questioning Elizabeth Smart. She didn't say anything because she remembered that the evildoer said he would kill her family. Unbeknownst to Elizabeth, her sister had given the police a sketch of the person who had kidnapped her. And the police took Elizabeth Smart to the police station, and after a few minutes, in comes her father. She was rescued after 9 months. Elizabeth Smart now, she's 27 years of age. And she has used this awful tragedy of being kidnapped and sexually assaulted as a child to help other sexual assault victims in this country. She started the Elizabeth Smart Foundation. A couple of weeks ago, she was in Houston, spoke very forcefully to a group of women, several hundred, about being abused. And so this Victims' Rights Week, Mr. Speaker, I want to honor Elizabeth Smart and all those other sexual assault victims that have been assaulted by evil people in this country, and let us remember to support them totally in their recovery. And that's just the way it is. I yield back.
This has been a Sunfish production.